They called him Il Pirata, the pirate. With a bandana, an earring, and the fiercest climbing legs the world had ever seen, Marco Pantani wasn't just a cyclist. He was a rock star on two wheels. But behind the glory, behind the yellow and pink jerseys, lay a heartbreaking descent no one saw coming. This is the tragic story of Marco Pantani, the man who flew up mountains and then fell into darkness. Before we dive deep into his rise, fall, and legacy, hit that subscribe button and give this video a like if you believe Cycling AS' greatest stories deserve to be remembered. Drop a comment. Was Pantani a victim of the system or the architect of his own downfall? Born in 1970 in Cesena, Italy, Marco Pantani showed promise from a young age. He wasn't built like the others, small, wiry, and explosive, perfect for the high mountains. At just 15, he won his first amateur race, and by the early 90s, he was turning heads in the pro peloton. Pantani's true breakout came during the 1994 Tour de France. Just 24 years old, he attacked legends like Indurain and Rominger on brutal alpine stages. Fans couldn't believe it. Who was this kid dropping champions with a grimace and a ghostly cadence? He had a unique style, standing on the pedals, rocking side to side, bandana flapping in the wind, attacking when logic said to wait. He was fearless, relentless, and he made climbing look like flight. In 1998, Pantani achieved the impossible. He won both the Giro d'Italia and the Tour de France. Only a handful in history had done it. That year, he became a national hero in Italy. Crowds swarmed him. Newspapers called him the last great climber. In the Giro, he staged a dramatic comeback in the Dolomites, taking pink in a blizzard. In the Tour, he crushed the field on Les Deux Alpes in a legendary solo ride in torrential rain. His margin of victory, nearly 6 minutes. Cycling hadn't seen anything like it in years. The sport was dominated by team tactics and time trial machines. But Pantani brought back the romantic notion of the lone hero, conquering peaks like a warrior. Sponsors lined up. Millions adored him. Kids dressed like him. Italy hadn't seen a sports icon this beloved since the days of Coppi. But behind the scenes, storm clouds were forming. In 1999, Pantani was dominating the Giro once again. He had the Maglia Rosa, and the final victory seemed inevitable. But then, disaster. He was removed from the race before stage 21. The reason? His hematocrit levels, an indicator of possible EPO use, were above the allowed limit. He wasn't officially caught doping, but the implication was clear. And for Pantani, the shame was unbearable. He always claimed innocence. He insisted he was targeted. "They took cycling away from me," he said. The public was divided. Some believed he was framed, a victim of a corrupt system. Others saw it as the beginning of the end for a man who had flown too close to the sun. From that point on, Pantani never truly recovered. He returned to racing, but the spark was gone. His attacks were less frequent, his body weaker, and mentally, he was shattered. After the scandal, Pantani spiraled. He struggled with depression, withdrew from public life, and reportedly began using cocaine. His friends said he felt betrayed by the sport, the media, even the fans. He isolated himself in hotels, grew paranoid, and bounced between clinics and comeback attempts. In 2003, he made one last bid at returning to the Giro but abandoned early. It was clear, Il Pirata was no longer the man he once was. On Valentine's Day 2004, Marco Pantani was found dead in a hotel room in Rimini. The cause? Acute cocaine poisoning. He was just 34 years old. The cycling world was devastated. His death wasn't just a tragedy, it was a reckoning. How could a man so loved, so talented, be left to fade away like that? To this day, Marco Pantani's legacy divides opinion. Was he a victim of an anti-doping witch hunt? Or was he part of the very system that destroyed him? In Italy, he's still revered. Memorials mark the roads he once climbed. His hometown has statues, murals, and tributes. Each year, fans gather to honor him, not just as a cyclist, but as a symbol of pure passion. He represented the romantic era of cycling, the rider who didn't calculate, didn't wait, didn't hide behind teammates. He attacked, He soared. He suffered in the open. Pantani was flawed, no doubt, but he was real, and that's why fans still chant his name. Marco Pantani was more than a cyclist. He was a meteor across the sky, blazing, beautiful, and tragically short-lived. So we ask you, was Pantani a fallen hero or a cautionary tale? Let us know in the comments. If this story moved you, hit that like button and make sure to subscribe for more powerful stories from the world of cycling. Next up, we're diving into the wildest stage in Tour de France history, where fans, chaos, and rain turned a race into pure legend. Thanks for watching. And remember, in cycling, the road always tells the truth, but sometimes that truth is more heartbreaking than fiction.